So this is what luxury looks like on a Amtrak.
They're really sneaky with their photos online. They never show anything this tiny.
Yeah. Medium rare on an Amtrak train, maybe a bad idea.
Luckily the toilets are just like one door down, but I don't want to
TMI.
have to put that to use.
Do you know how horrifying it is sleeping on the top bunk of a moving train? You take a curve and you literally go rolling. Now I understand why this is here.
This is not at all what I thought. I think we have made a big mistake.
Yeah.
I don't think we are going to enjoy this.
Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning. So you guys know that we have been in Florida for a while now.
Yeah.
But we are finally leaving today.
Yes, and we are going to the exact opposite end of the country. We are going from Florida all the way to Chicago.
Yeah, my niece Willow is actually going to be starting college in Chicago, and she's having her preview weekend. So we're gonna go up there and support her and see where she's gonna hang out.
So Chicago is about 1,100 miles away, and of course we could take a plane there and probably be there in a few hours, but that's taking the easy way out. And when have we ever been known to take the easy way out?
Never.
Never.
Plus, we've always been curious as to what it would be like to take a train across the country, so we figured, why not? We got a few days to kill.
So if you're not riding in coach, this really isn't the most cost-effective option.
We ended up booking ourselves a roomette, which is almost a full room, but not quite. And y'all, it was a whopping $1,800.
Luckily, we have racked up a lot of credit card points, so that's taking care of the bulk of this. If not, there's not a chance in hell that we would ever be doing this.
No, and actually to get a full-on bedroom with like a bed and a bathroom, but that was $2,800, $1,000 more to get your own bathroom.
Who is paying for that?
I don't know,
Crazy.
not us. This route passes through 10 states. It starts down here in Florida, it heads up through the Carolinas, then up and over, and eventually to downtown Chicago. I think it's gonna end up being 48 hours.
All right, let's see if we can survive 2 straight days on an Amtrak train. I don't exactly have high hopes because they don't really have the best track record.
Train jokes.
Yeah, one of
They're
many.
starting now, y'all. Be prepared.
All right, but our train should be arriving in just a little bit. Chicago, here we come.
Here we come.
Very, very slowly. For our younger viewers, if you're wondering what the heck this weird little capsule is, it's a phone booth. They still have the original phone booths here. This is awesome. Also, who am I kidding? We don't have any young viewers. You guys are mostly our age, plus or minus about 5 years.
And if you're not, you're watching with your parents and they can explain it to you.
Yeah. They took the phone out though. They should have left it here so I could play with it. Beep, boop, beep, boop,
I know,
beep.
it's
So,
such
operator,
a bummer.
I'm gonna need to take this couple seats. We've got a little bit of time to kill before our train arrives. So I've just been wandering around exploring the station. It's pretty cool. You can kind of go anywhere. This is actually the original building from 1926. It is still standing and looks exactly like it did 100 years ago. That is pretty nuts.
So this journey might already be cursed, y'all. We haven't even boarded the train. And I got this text that says, please be advised, the track speeds have been reduced due to heat restrictions. Delays are expected.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I mean, it's hot here, but isn't it always hot here?
Yeah.
Well, the screen so far says that we're on time, and the lady at the counter confirmed that so far we're on time, so maybe it's a fluke.
All aboard.
Our home for the next 2 days has arrived.
Wow.
You know, on the website they said the room was 3 feet by like 6.5 feet. I just thought that was like standing space. I didn't realize that's the size of the literal room.
Yeah, check this out. So that's the whole room.
Wow, they're
Wow.
really sneaky with their photos online. They never show anything this tiny.
Yeah. So this is what luxury looks like on a Amtrak.
Okay.
All right. 2 days. Here
Good
we
thing
go.
I like you so much. This is not at all what I thought. I think we have made a big mistake.
Yeah.
I don't think we are going to enjoy this.
They're giving us the first class treatment. They give us a couple bottles of water. That's pretty good.
Yeah, luxury, man, worth every penny. I guess we're gonna have to get acquainted with this coffin and then give you guys a tour of it. If assuming I can maneuver out of here. Hi, how are
are you?
Hi.
Good. Breakfast service will be from 6:30 to 9 o'clock. You have this button right here. If you hit that button, it'll alert me for anything you need.
Cool.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So that was our lovely first class attendant. She can bring us food, she can get us what we need. She's gonna make our beds for us later so we don't have to.
I mean, that's kind of nice.
That is pretty nice.
This train is wobbly.
It's really freaking wobbly. We were out exploring earlier and came back and our door was wide open. So now I'm trying to make sure it's locked.
Yeah, so these doors you can't lock from the outside.
No.
So I guess you just have to leave them unlocked with all your stuff inside. It's not ideal.
I don't quite understand. But when we were out earlier, our attendant came in and she made up our bed for us. They've got turn down service.
Yeah, so I guess that's also part of what you pay for with the first class.
Yeah, but it's great that she did it for us because we were very intimidated by how all this worked. Now I saw that she's got this nice little thing.
Whoop.
Just
Well,
leave it.
we'll never get it back down.
Okay. Oh no. I feel like it's an escape hatch in something. I'm sleeping up there tonight. I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna go over some bump. I'm gonna get sucked to the ceiling and squished. Okay, that's sturdy. Well, it is officially too late, so I guess it is time for bed. This train's just gonna lull us to sleep, right?
Yeah, and you get to finally use the stairs. That's technically what these are, I think, are the stairs, right?
Yeah, it's just like in Clementine, right? Well, see you in the morning. They have these straps, which is a little concerning to me. I didn't really think about how I'm sleeping up on the top bunk in a moving vehicle that moves very violently.
But those will potentially keep you from falling from here down to there.
Wait a second, why do I have to take the top?
Well, we got 2 nights, so.
Okay, so tomorrow you're up here.
See you tomorrow. Sweet dreams.
How do I even turn lights on?
I don't know.
Oh my God, it's already
Flip any
already
switch over there.
falling over.
There you go. Well, good morning.
That was a truly terrible night. Do you know how horrifying it is sleeping on the top bunk of a moving train? You take a curve and you literally go rolling. Now I understand why this is here. I don't think I fell asleep until well after 3 a.m. and then you wake up every 2 seconds because this thing just jolts so much. You're just asleep and then all of a sudden you're like taking a corner and you're like, ah, like rolling into the window and stuff.
All right, one more night.
So stupid. On the plus side, we're apparently already in North Carolina. We've made it like halfway, I think.
Yeah, where are we? Rally? Do you think you can rally?
I don't know, man. I need some coffee. Stat.
Coffee.
Yay!
Do you feel better now?
I feel much better. Yesterday, we kept hearing conductor needed for medical emergency. They called it a couple times over the intercom. Turns out somebody fell.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad, luckily.
No, but I guess if anybody falls, the conductor has to come and inspect them. I don't know.
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna enjoy our coffee and enjoy the views of suburb North Carolina. So obviously these rooms are a little cramped, but as we've spent some time in here, we've just been completely blown away by how much functionality they've squeezed into this little like 3.5 by 6.5 space. So you guys have already seen they have the 2 seats, so you sit across from whoever you're sharing this little compartment with. This bottom one folds down with this little lever down here and turns into a bottom bunk. Then you guys already saw you can pull this top one down to get the top bunk. And that alone takes up about 60% of the available space. So how the heck are you gonna fit everything else in here? Well, it's pretty clever. This thing is actually a foldable sink. Check that out, that's pretty cool, huh? So that means you can do all your nightly stuff like flossing and toothbrushing and makeup and stuff right here. And then when you're done, the water just drains down like that.
So at first glance, we thought there was not any storage in here. We're kind of freaking out, but it turns out there is a huge freaking compartment up here. You can fit a whole suitcase up there.
And believe it or not, under the seat, there is enough room for my whole suitcase. You can't even tell it was under there. Speaking of suitcases, y'all might have noticed that we have some snazzy new luggage that we've been traveling around with. Well, we used to travel around in a ways bigger carry-on in blue and pink, which we actually bought 6 years ago. But of course, when they reached out, we were more than happy to have them send us some brand new gear. This is the bigger carry-on in red, and I love it because it is so well built. This thing can take anything that you can throw at it.
And it rolls better than any bag we have ever had before. Seriously, y'all, it is smooth like butter. Dum, 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 dum.
You guys would not believe how much stuff Allison crams inside of this thing.
I do not know what this zipper material is made out of, but I have been forcing my bag shut like that for years, and it has never once even come close to giving out on me.
They've thought of everything. It's got the underside handle, a TSA approved lock, a water resistant dirty clothes bag, and my favorite feature is this big old compression pad that can help you stuff it even fuller.
We also have the mini crossbody bag in red.
I love it because it looks like a shrunken down version of the big luggage. But I also like to use this as a little packing cube. They have a ton of different products for every type of travel, so you can head to away.com and get 10% off your first order. Just click the link in the description or scan the handy QR code that's on the screen right now. Well, I still can't believe that this bag actually fits completely under this seat. Out of sight, out of mind, baby.
You mean, and away you go.
That is better. A little bit more original anyway. To the left of the sink, they have two 120 volt outlets. They have a couple more outlets on the opposite side. Two little hooks above for hanging stuff. They have a little net pouch that you can use to store some more stuff.
Then if you come over to this side of the room, they have some vents over here where you can control the airflow. They have a thermostat, but it does not seem to be working.
But they do have some very satisfying light switches. Oh yeah. You guys, these trains keep passing next to us and it's very terrifying. They make this horrible whooshing sound and then it looks like you're like a foot away from them.
Probably the most important feature of this room is this PA speaker on-off button. It's really annoying when you're trying to sleep and the conductor is just constantly screaming stops in your ear, so you can turn it off at night. They have this little button to call our attendant, and you can actually use this to order food. So if we don't go to the dining room, you can just order it in the room, which I think we'll have to try that out later.
This is a pretty sweet feature, huh? Pretty big table.
I know.
We can easily fit 2 laptops on here. You best believe we're gonna be getting some work done.
Beep boop beep boop.
Oh, she's already getting work done.
While watching America fly by.
And this is a very subtle, but I think very important feature. They have a huge, easily accessible trash bin. For such a small space, you don't want any of your trash laying around, so to have a huge spot to put it all, that's good. Very good.
Woo! Y'all, we decided to upgrade.
Oh yeah. This is the full room, and this is much nicer than the roomette. This car just happened to be empty, so we figured we'd pop in and see what the life of actual luxury is like. Look at this. They have their own private bathroom in here with their private toilet and so much more room, so much seating, multiple beds. They got their own little sink area with a mirror and everything. It is lunchtime. They have pretty legit dining, at least for first class passengers on the train. So this is the dining car. It's kind of reminiscent of the fancy dining cars of yesteryear.
Sorry guys, I'm really trying to keep the camera still over here, but this is a bumpy ride.
This has been one of the bumpiest trains we've ever been on, and we've been on a lot of trains in Asia. They're a little bit smoother than this, believe it or not. The flowers here are real. Oh yeah. Lunch has arrived. I went with the burger. Allison got herself a pretty fancy looking salad. You know, it's not half bad for a train burger. So it is just like a classic burger, but pretty flavorful. How's the salad?
It is surprisingly delicious. The chicken is like real diced up grilled chicken. It's seasoned very well. A lot of Parmesan on there, some big tomatoes. I was expecting a very bland, boring salad. So this is pretty nice.
And there's a bit of a view, look.
Yeah.
Got a little river view there. There's a lot going on in this river. Holy cow. Not a bad place to live over there, huh? Well, we have arrived to Washington, D.C. They actually stopped here for 45 minutes, and that is because up until now, this train has been running on diesel power. Apparently, when they get here, they switch the engine out from a diesel to an electric car, and then it connects to the paddles, and then we're electric from here on out, all the way to Chicago.
I don't know why they don't just do it the whole way.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's kind of cool that they can just like interchange them, right? Hurry up and wait. That's what this whole trip has been about. We're pretty ready to get there.
Yeah, you can get off here and stretch your legs, and we tried to get off, but there were way too many people.
Yeah, it's kind of a big station. It was a little overwhelming, so we were like, let's go back to our little tiny car.
We've been in the forest, and all of a sudden it opened up, and there's a big rushing river and it looks like a medieval castle or something.
Yeah. For a second, I thought we were in Europe.
Well, we did go through a tunnel. Maybe we passed over to Europe. Ooh, dinner has arrived, y'all. We both went with the steak. That's a pretty good cut of meat there.
We also got a pretty delicious cut of blueberry cheesecake.
We decided to dine in our room this evening because I think there are a lot of people in the dining room and they only have 4-person seats, so they make you sit with other people.
Typically would be fine, but it's a little awkward when you're filming.
Yes. Most of the other people across from us either don't want to watch us do this or don't want to be on camera, so this is easier. Plus, we still have amazing views back here. So we ordered our steaks medium. We'll see. It's a little tough to cut with these plastic utensils.
Right, that's actually a medium steak.
I know.
Actually, it might be medium rare.
I was about to say, maybe I should have gotten medium well.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Because
gosh.
medium rare on an Amtrak train may be a bad idea.
Luckily the toilets are just like one door down, but I don't want to
TMI.
have to put that to use. An Amtrak train steak. Let's see how this goes. It's a little tough.
So it wasn't just the plastic fork?
No, it was a really big bite. Well, despite being chewy, it's not that bad actually. It's got a lot of flavor in there. It's got, I think, a port wine sauce on top that is very delicious.
Comes with some potatoes that kind of taste like they came from powdered from a box, but some possibly microwaved canned
I
vegetables.
think so.
But better than no vegetables at all.
Yeah, and a roll, but oh.
Sorry that took forever.
No,
That's all right.
okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Dinner also comes with a complimentary beverage, and we needed a little bit of ice for that.
All right, and now dinner is officially complete. All right, there's one last part of this train we have yet to explore, and that is the showers. There's communal showers on here. We get off the train very early tomorrow. I don't think I'll have time in the morning to shower, but I'm feeling a little gross, so community shower it is.
So our cabin is right down there, and they do have one shower right here. As you can see, the train is a-rockin', so
It's not
You
gonna
know.
be pretty.
good luck. Oh, it doesn't even indicate if it's locked.
No, it does. I just
Oh.
want to make sure. Okay, it's bigger than I thought it would be. Okay, whole shower. They got some towels. I got my toiletries. I guess that's everything I need to get clean.
Just don't break a hip.
It's gonna be dangerous. Okay, bye.
Oh, you leave me out here?
Well, that's on our other channel.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, 0 out of 100.
Really?
Would not recommend. That was like freaking trying to shower on Splash Mountain, man. I was getting like thrown all over the place. The water never got warm. It was just like barely a trickle, and if you move the water head lower than where the spout comes out, the water stopped flowing. I smell good.
I can smell you from here.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, we've got the top bunk all set up. I got my little safety straps in. How you feeling down there?
Much safer. Good luck up there.
Well, I'm sorry in advance if I crash right on top of you.
Hey, you're not you've broken your bone quota for the year
Yeah,
with
that's
your
true.
rib, so no more, sir.
I guess that's it. Sweet dreams. Final night on the train. So, good luck.
Okay, same to you. Bye. Eric, are you awake?
Good morning, good morning. This is Ram from Diner.
Did he say Chicago's next?
Yep.
Did he say how long?
He did not. We overslept a little bit.
Oh, yeah, this place is a mess, and we have no idea how long till Chicago. I think it's like probably 10 minutes. So,
Oh, I think it's a little longer, hopefully.
you think? Woo! Ah! Ugh, bright. Well, I slept really well up here. Did you sleep good down there?
Y'all, it was not a gentle rocking in this train. It's more of like a violent throwing all night. They were getting some speed and taking some turns. It was pretty wacky and wild.
Well, I think they were trying to make up time, maybe.
Speaking of making up time, let's go.
We have about 11 more minutes till we get to Chicago's Union Station. Once the train comes to a complete stop, you will exit towards the front.
Well, we made it to Chicago. This station is very loud and very grimy.
Really dusty for some
Yeah.
reason.
Well, we made it to the main station in Chicago, and it was not as grand of an entrance as I thought it would be. We just kind of like pulled up into the underbelly of the inner workings of the rail system.
Well, I guess you gotta be underground, right, to fit all these trains?
I guess. I just thought we would like walk out into this epic station or something.
Oh, yeah. No,
No.
it was
Track number 8.
Alright, well this is a little more like what we were thinking we would walk into. This is definitely way more grand than the Orlando station.
Yeah, very cool. It's so crazy. We just walked out that little tunnel there, and we're in downtown Chicago.
We're here. We made it.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little more central than if you flew in.
Yeah,
the
that's
outside
true.
of the city. Yeah. But even with being delayed, we're still here at like 9:45 in the morning. We can't check into our Airbnb until 4. They refused to let us in early. So we gotta find somewhere to kill some time. All right, officially in our Airbnb, we got some work done. Very happy to be off the train, y'all. I feel like when you get off of a boat and you still feel like you're moving around.
Definitely.
That's the feeling I have right now. It was definitely an adventure. I don't think we'll ever do at least that leg of it again. Maybe if we go out west or into the mountains where there's a bit more scenery.
Yeah, because that way you have the goofiness of the train, which is fun.
Yeah.
But then some beautiful scenery, and plus the price was way too high. So
I mean, I always thought train travel was supposed to be way more affordable, but we could have rented a car, stayed in hotels, and taken the same amount of time getting up there and spent a fraction of the cost that we did. Having a concierge and 3 meals provided was not worth $1,800.
hey, remember that bottle of water?
Oh,
that was
2.
pretty good.
We had 2 bottles of water. But we are very excited to be here in Chicago because we have a very delicious video coming up for you all. And then I think we're off to Europe.
Stay tuned to see.
Yeah, still planning that. But, oh man. All right. Well, goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.